Hey everyone, Christina here. I'm back for another video with One Creative Direction. Thank you for joining me. Just really quick before I get started on today's video subject, I want to thank everyone that has subscribed to my channel recently. I really appreciate it. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I've had quite a few new subscribers. Those of you who have been watching me for a while, you know that I don't really promote my channel. I'm not monetized. I'm really just here to help fellow artists. Really just kind of started making the videos for my own reference at a later point and decided to put them on YouTube in hopes that they would help, you know, other artists that were beginning, struggling, having the same issues I have. So, thank you so much for subscribing, and I really appreciate all the comments, emails with questions. I love to help, so please email me or comment with your questions. So today what we're going to do is we're going to hopefully address an issue with coasters. For all the fluid artists out there, even if you're not a fluid artist, but you make some sort of coasters. I don't know if anybody else is having this struggle, but I'm having this struggle. So when I first started pouring a couple of years ago, the only coasters that you could find were these. And these are the ones that have the little automatic spacers on the edges. They're 4.25 by 4.25, okay? So those are the only ones that I could find. And I finally worked through all that inventory. And then Lowe's started selling the ones that were 4x4, right? Perfect. They didn't have the little spacers on the side. They were smooth and they were perfect. And then Lowe's stopped selling those. So now we're back to the only option that we have are these bigger ones. All right. So my struggle is, I remember when I first started, the only cork that I could find were the ones that fit the big ones. Or maybe I cut it manually. I can't remember. But I know it was a struggle. And then when I switched to the ones that are 4x4, the ones that are on Amazon, and I can't find anything on Amazon that is any dimension other than 4x4 or less than 4x4. I think I saw a few that were 3.7 something. So it seems like I can never find anything that is the correct size for whatever coasters I have, because I have a few of these 4x4s left, not very many, ones that were basically probably soaking in water because I got rid of the design that was on them. So I'm 100% exclusively using these big ones because that's all I can find. So until I can find the smaller ones, which I prefer, we'll have to roll with it. I also have these, I think they feel like wood, but they're kind of like I don't know, maybe a MDF or a hard MDF. I don't know honestly what they are. I got them on clearance at Hobby Lobby in sets of, I think, 4 or 6. But anyway, these are just tad bit smaller than the 4x4s. So you can see my dilemma here. I don't have any trouble with my round ones because the ones on Amazon fit perfectly on those. It's just the square ones for some reason. So I had been purchasing rolls of cork from Amazon, but it was thicker. And I was using that when I would run out of my round ones, and the place I purchased them from didn't have any. I would have to cut my own. And that thicker cork prevents all of my coasters from fitting in my box because it's a lot thicker. And I find that the adhesive backing on those rolls weren't nearly as good. I feel like the thicker it was, the harder it was to get to adhere to, whether it was my round wood ones or the ceramic ones or whatever. But again, no really big issues with the round ones that are pre-cut. So I'm trying to go away from the rolls of cork that I found on Amazon that I've been using for quite a while, because I do have to cut them for my hex coasters and for my bigger ones, like my 6-inch, because I haven't been able to find anything on there that fits my bigger ones either. So I did all kinds of searching, okay, and I wanted to find a thinner cork roll that didn't break the bank. And it just so happens, hang on, forgot. It just so happens that Hobby Lobby, and I think I had seen this in there before and thought I couldn't use it. Hobby Lobby has a roll of 12 by 48 for $3.79. I mean, everything I saw on Amazon, actually I think there was a 12 by 24 sheet for like $20, which is just crazy to me. So I bought a couple of these and I'm hoping this works for what I want it to work. I hope the adhesive on this is better than the thicker, and I'm thinking it will be because this thickness is 0.035 inches or 0.9 millimeters. And I believe these squares that I purchased from Amazon are 0.1 millimeters. So not a lot thinner than these. And I feel like these work beautifully. These are the 4x4s that I use, but as you can see, they're just way too small for the 4.25 by 4.25. I don't like leaving that much edge. I think I manually cut these and then I had to basically put weights on it because I feel like they just don't stick to the ceramic. So anyway, these work good. This is almost the same thickness. And I thought about actually cutting it on my Cricut. And after investigating that, I decided probably not a good idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it myself. I have this little rotary cutter. It's a Cricut. It says 60 millimeter. I don't know what that means. I think that might be in reference to the blade. I don't know. But I use this for my vinyl on my Cricut and various other things. It's come in real handy. So we're gonna try to cut straight lines using this and a ruler, which I'm gonna pause the camera because I'm gonna measure this out. So far what I've done, you guys, is I have one of these cutting boards, right? The like self-healing, whatever you call it. It's pretty good size. It's 24 by 18, I think. So I've got this cork roll all spread out and I lined it up on the end here and I taped it down with painter's tape. And then I also taped down the cutting board onto my table, okay? Because I don't want this to move and I don't want this to move. So I've got it taped here and here, here and here. And then again, I've got my cutting board taped to the table in 3 locations. So, because I don't want anything to move as I'm cutting. It's gonna be challenging enough just trying to keep my line straight. So I'm going to pause the camera and I'm going to measure out how I want to cut this and then I'll be back. Okay, so we are back. I decided to go out to the garage and bust out the big guns. So I have this big 48-inch ruler I got at Harbor Freight a while back. I usually keep it on my workbench in my garage, but I thought this would be perfect. So I have 2 lines measured out. The unfortunate part of this is that there's not enough room across to do 3 by 3 or 3 wide. So hopefully at some point I can find some use for the smaller section over here that essentially I can't use for coasters. So maybe someday I'll need that for another project, but for now we're just gonna have to roll with it. So I've got it all measured out and I've went ahead and taped this down because again, I don't want it to move. So my intent here is, because I'm gonna have to put a lot of pressure on this. I don't know how hard it's gonna be to cut with this yet. But I'm going to cut to the end of my board both of these lines and then I'll do the same thing across and do this entire section and then pull it down and do the next section of 24. So that's my intent, and my concentration is going to be on pushing this wheel up against this ruler, which is going to be challenging. So hopefully, oh, well, dang. That actually cut. a lot easier than I thought it would. Okay, not bad. Look at that. I didn't have to push nearly as hard as I thought I would. Okay, so I'm gonna pull this off here, line it up with this one, and do it again. So I hope all of this information is helping, giving ideas. I'm not sure, like I said, if anybody else is having this issue or this struggle like I am, but it's very frustrating not being able to find the right size cork. I get really tired of cutting and trimming all of my cork every time I go to finish up my coasters. And my intent here is these are cut to fit these larger tiles, these 4.25 by 4.25. I'll do this whole sheet. I bought 3 rolls of this, and then I'm gonna go back through and make some that is smaller than 4 by 4 to fit these, because these are actually much smaller. And I don't want to have to trim them every single time I want to put cork on. All right, let's cut this again. I have to remember I don't need to push down nearly so hard. That cut really easy. I'm really surprised, but very happy. Okay guys, I'm going to do a quick voiceover as you watch me put these newly cut cork squares onto my coasters. So those are the ones that I said were the MDF/wood material. They fit perfectly. I do fold the corners down to make it faster, and then I apply the glue, and then I apply all of the cork backing to the backs of my coasters, and then I take a brayer, which you'll see here in a second, and I push it down. If you're wondering why I glue them, you can watch my other video on how to finish the backs of your coasters. I go into a big long explanation of why I do add glue to adhesive back cork. So cost breakdown, if I were purchasing the 4x4 squares from Amazon, they're like 16.1 cents each, 120 packs, $17.99 plus tax. And using these Hobby Lobby rolls, which I was correct in thinking that the thinner cork would work better, because they did. It definitely stuck to the back, especially the ceramic ones, stuck to the back of them so much better than the thicker 2 mil, which is the roll that I purchased from Amazon, which I thought was too thick. So a little bit less than half of the thickness, and definitely worked better. So using the Hobby Lobby rolls, I got 22 of the bigger ones, but I also used some of that scrap to make some of the smaller ones. So total, I got 33 out of the first roll. That equals out to 12.3 cents each, and I got 36 out of the second roll on the sizes that you're watching me work on now, the smaller ones. I got 36 of those for 11.2 cents, so significantly less than purchasing on Amazon, and I do like them better. So just wanted to kind of give you guys a summary. I hope this helps. I'm not sure if anybody else is struggling with, finding the right size cork for the backs of your coasters, but you can see this fit perfectly. That's the smaller ones. They fit closer to the edge, more like how I like them. So you can see that, and it did stick a lot better. Okay guys, it's been a while since I made the rest of this video, and I wanted to update real quick here at the end. I started using this glue. I've been testing it out. So shortly after I filmed the footage for the most of this video, I started kind of going down the path of investigating like what would be a better glue to put on the back of the tiles. So I found this. I was looking for glue to do some frames, and I found this, and it says it's good for ceramic. and it needs, I think it said one surface should be softer material or whatever. So I thought I would give it a try. And I will tell you, between this new glue and the combination of the thinner cork, works beautifully. So I really just wanted to give you a quick update. If you're looking for a better glue, or a good glue to glue on the cork squares, or the cork on the back of your coasters, you might want to try this one out. I really like I really like how it worked, and it stuck so well. So that's it for now. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for being patient while I worked out some issues with my phone storage, so I could post more videos. So stay tuned for more. I got more coming. Thanks, guys. See you on the next one.